Here we go, stunt truck time. We've got the Arrma Outcast 4x, and there's a lot of people really excited about this, myself included. In fact, I want to go out and drive this thing right now. I want to skip the whole discussion about the features and just rip on this thing. But you guys know I can't do that. I gotta tell you the details. However, I'm gonna keep this one a little bit shorter than normal. If you wanna see all of the features that are in the new Arrma 4S trucks, check out my Arrma Creighton where I tear that truck down. But in this video, I'm gonna tell you about what makes the Outcast 4S stand out. All right, let's go take a closer look. Are you ready to go wild? Are you ready for some crazy stunts? The Arrma Outcast 4S is built to deliver. Sorry guys, I'm just having a lot of fun with this one. I always wanted to do one of those intros. But anyway, check this thing out. I love the look of the Arrma Outcast body, kind of this resto mod truck. It's available in this blue and then the brown, as you can see on the box art back there. I'm kind of digging the blue because we have the blue Creighton as well. Let's see here. It's got some pretty neat wood panel graphics on the side. It's got the roll bar up top with a bunch of skid screws to help protect the body, and even the small spoiler out back has some skid screws up top so you don't wear that thing down when you're thrashing and bashing on this truck. But cool look overall, like all the Arrma graphics, just, you know, keeps with the Arrma tradition of a really fun looking truck, like the Outcast style front bumper here. We've got a new lower skid and rear skid as well. Let me spin it around really quick so you can see the wheelie bar. The wheelie bar is located up top on this one, and this allows you to do more stunts, basically, more wheelies and have a lot more fun with it. Rear bumper as well, mostly cosmetic, but check out these backflip tires, the D-Boots backflip tires on these black spoke wheels. Really good look to them. 17 millimeter hex, no 14 millimeter hexes here. We've got more power, and those 17 millimeter hexes will hold up. There's the inside of the body, and let's check out the chassis now. So this has been revised like the Creighton. It is a little bit longer and it has the wider arms on it now. Check out the new larger shock towers, which allow for a longer travel shock. They're really braced well with this honeycomb bracing behind it. The suspension arms are now all filled in. There's no open webbing here, except at the end. There's even a little hole in the arm in case you get some water in there. It'll allow the water to drip out of it. Inside, you'll notice sway bars now that will help with the handling of this truggy. Adjustable tie rods up top, same in the rear, adjustable tie rods. We've got these really beefy looking arms with some extra mounting holes up front, so you can go ahead and put an aftermarket mud guard on the front of those arms. The suspension looks good, guys. I really like the plush feel of these new shocks, aluminum body shock, little protectors on the shock perch on the bottom. There are composite caps, but man, those are some big shocks on this thing. Now, let's take a look at the chassis. Again, it's a little bit longer chassis than the previous version. We have the rod up top with the rubber damper up front, just for some extra protection. New body mounts on this thing, and let's talk about the battery tray setup here. So as you can see, let me flip this thing over. We've got straps to hold it down, just a single front plate to keep that battery from sliding forward. And then this is pretty interesting right here. We've got this swinging forward block, basically. So it swings forward so you could access the motor mount assembly. Pretty neat how they think of all this stuff just to make it really easy for us to work on. And let's move on to the drivetrain now. We've got EXB parts in the driveline, metal gears throughout the differentials. They are oil-filled sealed gear differentials, ball bearings throughout. EXB sliding drive shafts to hold up to the 4S power. They are a composite shaft, but man, look at the size of those. Those things are huge. In the center, we have the supported center drive shaft, aluminum motor plate, and then on the other side of the motor plate is the castellated slipper clutch with a steel spur gear and a new slipper clutch nut. And now let's move on to the electronics on this beast. The Spectrum servo high torque metal gear, 120 amp Spectrum speed controller, and then behind it is a 2400 kV motor. Really easy setup to get this thing going, and it is a stunt truck. So it is built with a shorter wheelbase, so it's really easy to do backflips and stuff like that, to ride wheelies on the wheelie bar. Just, this thing is going to be a blast. So I'm gonna stop talking now so we can head outside and drive it. right, drivers, I'm up at RC Madness in Enfield, Connecticut with the Outcast 4S. And this thing rips. Just as you guys are expecting. This thing is fast and so much fun on 4S. And this chassis and suspension and drivetrain seems to be handling it all. Get some more jumps in. Actually, let me get a few more wheelies in. It's just a wheelie machine. And then we'll start jumping this thing. Look at this. Just non-stop wheelies. All right, now let's get a jump in. We'll try to do it from the side so we can see some more air. Nice. Easy to control. That was a light throttle jump. Not gonna fully punch it. Little correction there. And what's pretty cool is this thing with the short wheelbase and these tires, it's really easy to correct. It almost corrects itself, almost like it has AVC in it. Look at that, yeah! Flat landings, and it's just taking it. See that? It just kind of corrected itself. Now I did notice that the steering servo saver is a bit soft. So that actually might be part of why it's self-correcting. That servo saver is just kind of giving out to the action of the wheels and helping it correct. But sometimes when you need it to steer, that soft servo saver isn't really helping things out. All right, now let me see. Let's do this jump over here. Let's see if I can nail this from the side so you guys could see. Not easy to line up from the side. Here we go. Well, it flew. Not exactly where I wanted it to, but when not standing behind the jump, it's a little rough. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can nail it now. Same thing. Man, that thing gets air. Up and over the berm. Yeah. Up and off this. Nice. Some stunts. Here we go. Another big air. Yeah. Totally cleared that lander. Look at that thing. This is fun. Love this short wheelbase truck. Yeah. Wheelies, wheelies. Off the jump. So good. All right, let me do a backflip now. Let me see, line myself up. Here we go. Ooh. Landed on the nose. Durability test there. We'll check the chassis later. But we're still moving. All right, get another backflip in. Here we go. A little overcorrection, but I'm on all fours, right? That counts. A little soft on that one. All right, here we go again. Maybe I'll do a double. I'm really pushing it. Not a double on that one. I pulled a wheelie before the jump. You know, this one over here might be better. Much more of a lip on this one. They just rebuilt it. All right, ready? Spin this thing around. I got a good angle for myself. Ooh, big nose in. Keep on pulling wheelies before I launch. Gotta get the nose down. All right, here we go. Roll into it. There we go, nice. I lost count on that one. Did I hit 3 or is that 2? Let me know in the comments because I'm not gonna check. I'm gonna wait for you guys to check for me. Yeah. And a flat lander. This thing is taking some hits. So good. All right, let's see if we can do some more here. I'm trying to pull too many backflips off. Let's chill out for a little bit. One more jump for you guys over here. Sick air. All right, guys, let's head back to the workshop and wrap up the review of the Outcast 4S. Yeah. All right, guys, well, I gave you the performance highlights while I was driving the truck. I just want to recap and touch base on a couple of things. One of them being you could run this thing on 3S and have a lot of fun with it. So if you're transitioning from a 3S Arrma truck into this, those batteries are not going to go to waste. it is fun on 3S. And then when you throw a 4S pack in here, this thing is an absolute monster. The power and size of this truck is just an absolute blast to drive, really easy to do tricks with, you know, wheelies for days, back flips. I did some front flips off of camera. I don't know why I didn't do them on camera for you guys, but I drove the truck after I shut the camera off before, and just an absolute blast. This thing is so fast, so much fun. The steering servo saver is light. I mentioned that before. Just want to throw that out again. You'll certainly notice it kind of stalling out on you when you're trying to turn this thing around, but just a ultra responsive truck and a really tough truck as well. I had some hard hits on and off camera, and there's really no damage to report. I got a couple of things that I do need to talk to you about. You could probably see that, you know, I got this messed up tire here. I got to tell you about that in a minute, but I went through the truck. I'm not noticing any real big issues. Looks like the shocks are just touching the axles a little bit. The wires on this ejected a bunch, and they've got those new clips on those Velcro straps there, and they kept coming out. So I wouldn't use those clips. I just put the wires underneath the battery straps and hold them in that way, because it actually fell out of the side of the body a couple times. Some of the plugs were coming undone. So that is just one tip for you. No rocks were getting caught in the steering on this. However, I did notice some rocks getting wedged down between the center drive shaft and the heat sink. So definitely keep your eye on that area there when you're doing your maintenance. Get any rocks out, because it started to eat into the drive shaft. Now, one thing that I do need to warn you guys about is the slipper clutch housing, the motor plate there. Even though they said it's revised, it's still getting a lot of dirt in there. So that is going to have to be part of your maintenance routine. Every time you drive the truck, I would say take that out. It's easy to take out and clean that thing out. You don't want the dirt to eat away at your gear or your slipper clutch. We had a lot of dirt in that spot. Now, finally, you probably noticed this tire over the truck. It exploded on me. I flipped this thing over. One wheel was caught. I punched it, which means all the power went to one wheel, and it just blew up and then exploded on me. So watch yourself with that. It might happen, it might not. Talk to the Arrma guys. They didn't have any reports of it happening to any of their test vehicles. But you know, I've seen guys just ripping on the throttle, and you know, something like this could happen if you do that. But other than that, this thing is such a blast. If you want to get into stunts, this is definitely a truck to do it. If you don't have a truck yet, and it's something you grow into and just have non-stop fun with. Arrma, awesome job, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. I'll have links in the video description. Throw the video a like, and check out this playlist at the end of the video for more Arrma reviews.